It's a lot of people that are worried about what I'm going to say on this here show. But guess what? So, I'm a one-woman army and my perspectives are fortified. Hi, my friends know me as Kiki. To everyone else, put a miss in front of that. I'm the official host of Club Fortified's Cafe Commentary, where we sip coffee and we tap nerves, honey. Because not everyone may agree with what I have to say, okay? So look, make sure you purchase your coffee of the month, link below, and grab your favorite coffee mug you like to sip out of. Because life is giving jolts, and we have to take some things into consideration, okay? Now look, please understand that the purpose of Cafe Commentary is to elevate and rise. So, if it's not fortifying our lives for the betterment of ourselves, we have to change our elevation because life is not perfect. And sometimes we have to shuffle through the BS to get to the real. You did? Now look, the views on this show are my own and are not necessarily the views of Club Fortified and or its affiliates. So with everything I say or do on this show, it's assumptive. Because I stay in my own lane, honey, and actually don't know definitively. So please do your own research before you come for me and my opinions, okay? Now, look, let's get this show started. You may not know it yet, but your EQ is about to get upgraded. Go download the free EQ Challenge ebook on our online portal at cf-clubfortified.com and challenge yourself to elevate and rise. The topics for this month's show are the power of traditions, why creating fall rituals matters, family, friends, or solo traditions, finding balance before the holiday rush, practical advice for easing into November and December without stress, 5 cozy coffee recipes to warm up your November mornings with stories. November is your gratitude. How to start a thankfulness practice, encouraging reflection and journaling.
Hi, I'm Phineas, Miss Kiki's official AI host assistant here at Cafe Commentary. Call the show now at 832-377-5085 to give your opinion and perspective on this month's show, and let's sip and talk.
Well, hello, beautiful people, Club Fortified members. Welcome back to Cafe Commentary, the place where the coffee is bold, the conversations are real, and the host. Look, well, let's just say I'm wrapped up in a fleece blanket with the mug bigger than my problems, baby. And guess what? I'm not mad about it, okay? If you don't know who I am, I'm Miss Kiki, Club Fortified's Cafe Commentary's official host. Yes, baby. And guess what? It's November, y'all. The official kickoff to cozy season, okay? The world is cooling down, the vibes are warming up, and your girl, I'm here for it all, okay? Also, to help you slow walk your way into these next 2 months without losing your sanity or your joy, okay? And we're talking traditions, balance, cozy recipes, and a gratitude practice that might just change your whole life if you let it. And yes, we've got 4 free cozy season recipes waiting for you on this site, okay? Not 1, not 2. I said 4, baby. Consider it your early holiday blessing. Now, look, November is the calm before the chaos, so to speak, okay? This is the month where, our lives are like the last quiet moment in the movie. When you know the jump scare is coming. December, it's that jump scare. Yes, it is. That's why this is the time we intentionally create balance before life, bursts through the door yelling surprise with a to-do list and glitter everywhere. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Look, so we want to begin by slowing our pace on purpose. Yeah, slow your pace, baby. You ain't got to rush. Look, we live in a world that glorifies hustle, right? People bragging, I got 12 things done before breakfast. Oh, do you? Well, baby, look, I got one thing done and I enjoyed every slow second of it, okay? So, look, try slowing down. Mm. And look, slow down. Go get that coffee of the month. It's the Cozy Season Blend, Club Fortified's coffee of the month. I'm sipping on it this morning, baby, and it got me woke with a jolt. Do you hear me? Jolt. Oh, yes. Look, try slowing down. Take a slower morning. Drink your coffee without multitasking. Yeah, like me, baby. Look, let yourself wake up like a human, not a machine. Look, slow has a sound. Slow has a rhythm, huh? Slow makes room for peace. Slow your pace, baby, and also protect your time like it's the last slice of cheesecake, pineapple upside down cake, sweet potato pop, pumpkin pie. I don't know, whatever it is. You gotta set them boundaries early, or guess what? People will plan your holidays for you, baby. You don't want that. And this year, you don't have to attend every event, okay? You don't have to cook every dish. You don't have to say yes just because you said yes last year. Don't you do it. Put it back. Don't do it. Say this with me. I am not available for holiday nonsense. See? Doesn't that feel good? You feel free, huh? And guess what? We got to prep ahead so our future selves doesn't resign. I said what I said. Mm-mm-mm. Because guess what? This is the month to look at December like, I see you coming, baby, and I will not be caught slipping. Look, start your gift list now, okay? Do a little cleaning now so December doesn't come in nice and nasty. Get that house clean. Bring out that Lysol. Go on and get that Clorox if you need to. Go on and get the Fabuloso, the disinfectant kind. Baby, start mopping, start wiping down them baseboards. You know what you need to do. And guess what? Stock up on things you run out of. Tape, wrapping paper, coffee. Go get your coffee of the month at cf-clubfortified.com. And your patience. Stock up on your patience. You gotta have it, especially if you got kids. My kids grown, but baby, I still have to stock up on my patience. Cause some of you adults out there, y'all act like y'all don't understand. And that's not good for me. Okay? And guess what? Our future selves is somewhere cheering for us, right? And they're waving a cozy blanket in victory for us. Get it done, baby. Add one daily ritual that grounds you. Now, I had a guy call the show, and he left a message. He didn't want to leave his name, and that's perfectly fine. But he left a message on the show's voicemail, and he said, "Balance doesn't mean that you have an empty schedule. It means you have a centered spirit." Man, I felt that. Let me say that again. Let me say that again because I had to listen to his message. He was talking kind of fast. And I had to listen to that again. And I listened to it about 2 or 3 times. But he said balance doesn't mean you have an empty schedule, right? It means you have a centered spirit. So I started thinking about what daily grounding could be, right? And this is what I came up with. Daily grounding could be a morning walk, right? By yourself. Whether it's down the street in the woods to grandmother's house, I don't know. But a morning walk, okay? Look, a gratitude journal entry. You know how you sit off, you read your scriptures. Sometimes you could go get your journal, write about, what's going on so that you can come back to it and reflect on it. Side note, we have journals at cf-clubfortified.com in our shop. Go get one. But you could do that. A gratitude journal helps, okay? Daily grounding also could be, lighting a candle, right? You got your candle lit as you slowly breathe. Take in what you went through today. Breathe, okay? And add to that 5 minutes of silence or pretending to be invisible so folks won't mess with you. They can go on and leave you alone, huh? 5 minutes of silence is so detrimental sometimes to your peace, to your health, to grounding, okay? And look, your morning coffee is a sacred ritual, right? Yeah, that could be grounding as well. Not a caffeine emergency. You know how you get that warm cup of coffee on a cool day? Or you get that ice cold frappe on a hot day, and you take in the day and you're like, oh, this feels so good. And it feels like it hits your heart. Yeah, your morning coffee is a sacred ritual, matters. This is how you keep your joy intact. It's the little things sometimes that count. And guess what? Remember, we're we're allowed to, make the holiday work for us, right? Because guess what? We're not the event planners of the universe. I'll say this again. You're not the event planner of the universe. Think about that. You're one person, right? And you get to decide how much you give, right? You get to decide how much you do and how much you rest. Listen, get your rest. Don't let nobody stop you from that. You hear what I'm saying? For sure. Look, let me tell you something. Traditions, they do matter, okay? And no, I'm not talking about your uncle burning a turkey every year and everyone politely chewing through the trauma, huh? That rubbery turkey. I'm talking about intentional, soul nurturing rituals, that anchor you, especially in the season when everything starts getting cold except the family drama. Oh, baby, it'd be piping hot coffee that give you jolts, baby. That type of drama. Family traditions, look, mm, let me tell you. Growing up, my family had a tradition where we'd sit outside on cool fall evenings, wrapped in blankets, sipping something warm and talking about one year, good, bad, and messy. I mean, it wasn't fancy, it wasn't Instagram pretty, but it was connection. Do you hear what I'm saying? Family traditions remind you who your people are. Where your people at? Who behind you? Yes, and in case you have some people you need to love from a distance, well, look, that's a tradition too. Yeah, baby. Sometimes you got to treat them with a long handled spoon, baby. Some people I won't even touch with a 10-inch pole. You hear what I'm telling you? Look, let me tell you this. Also, Friendsgiving has saved many of us from dry turkey and drier conversations, okay? I mean, your chosen family deserves rituals just as much as your blood family, right? Maybe, it's a movie night, a fall potluck, or just, meeting up for coffee and catching up before, the holiday rush steals your sanity. And guess what? Sometimes we also have to have solo traditions. Look, I'm a big believer in solo rituals. Sometimes I stay to myself and baby, I don't fool with people. They fool with me. And sometimes I put that doggone phone on do not disturb, baby. Because guess what? Silent mornings, a weekly walk, a personal gratitude journal, like I said, a fancy latte made just for me, by me. Ooh, baby, you can't touch that. You can't touch that. Yes, look, tradition doesn't require a crowd, right? Sometimes it's a date between you, your thoughts, and your favorite mug. Go get one. We got some beautiful mugs on CF Club Fortified. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, look, love who loves on you, okay? And the ones that need to be loved on and that don't know how to love adequately. Baby, you could show them a little something, something, give them a glimpse. Don't let them steal your joy, though. This holiday, we keeping our sanity and our joy, okay? So look, create those fall rituals that matter, and baby, hold on to those family traditions. And look, like I said, family just don't mean blood. Friendsgiving and friendship matter. And guess what? Your personal solo traditions, your peace also matters. Now, look, before y'all start looking imaginary place, I want to share two stories that warm me up even more than coffee does. And with these stories, I'll also have 4 cozy coffee recipes to warm up your November mornings. And these recipes are made with our cozy season blend coffee of the month at clubfortified.com as well. So you can get that and then make these recipes, okay? But look, the first story is I call it the neighborhood coffee line, right? There's a cafe down here in Texas in a small town um that had a basically a pay it forward coffee board, right? And this is where people can prepay for a coffee for someone who needs it, right? Okay, you could go get you a pastry, you can go get you a coffee, whatever the restaurant is selling. But anyway, well, one day a woman comes in and she looks like she's stressed. She has tears in her eyes. She was going through a couple of things. She didn't really say what she was going through, but you could tell that, she was kind of stressed out. And the barista there, he said, honey, today's coffee is already covered. And she just burst out in tears, right? She said, not because of the coffee, but because someone actually cared. See, this is the thing. You don't never know who day that you're changing, right? You can have a negative attitude with someone. You could change their day and their day go bad. I mean, you could have a positive, friendly, you know, encounter with someone and you've changed their whole day, hell, probably their whole year, because you never know what a person is going through, right? And that brings me to the second story that I wanted to share with you all before I share these free recipes with you. Look, a local shelter down here in Texas hosted a cozy season potluck. And I call it the cozy season potluck because people were able to be comfortable. People were able to, conversate and interact as family. The volunteers brought warm meals for their homes, um, for the shelter, basically. One man said that he hadn't had a home cooked meal in about a year. He said it tasted like somebody remembered him. I was like, what? Like somebody remembered him? He said it tasted like somebody remembered him. What he meant to say, well, what he meant by that, not meant to say, but what he meant by that was that food that he ate was so nourishing, so good, not just the taste of it, but it touched his soul because it brought back or unlocked memories. My goodness gracious. He said it tasted like somebody remembered him. And I couldn't get that out my head. I was like, wow, that's some deep stuff right there. Because look, sometimes the smallest warm gesture can melt the biggest cold moment in someone's life. Okay. So I shared those two stories because I wanted you all to remember when you sitting down at that Thanksgiving table and you eating with your family, everybody can't do that. When you're sitting up there arguing with your cousin about raisins don't go in the potato salad, baby, it's some people that would eat that potato salad with them raisins and be happy for it. Do you hear what I'm telling you? So look, if you're looking for a tradition to start, baby, you got to start with kindness, okay? Now, look, here's the moment y'all always show up for the recipes. And this year, I'm spoiling you with not one, not two, but like I said in the beginning of the show, 4 cozy season free downloads. And you're welcome. You could go to cf-clubfortified.com and go download those free recipe cards. And oh, yes, baby. It is that time, okay? Let's get into this cozy season recipes, okay? And they're here to warm your kitchen, your home, and your soul. Remember, always start with kindness. And the best part, all 4 of these, like I said, these 4 recipes are free to download right on the Club Fortified website. All you have to do is enter your name and your email. No card needed. And guess what? We send you love for free, baby. The first one is the Cozy Season Maple Cinnamon Latte. Look, a warm, silky blend of our espresso, maple syrup, steamed milk, and a cinnamon dust on top. And it tastes like fall gave you a hug and whispered, "You got this, baby." The other one we have is the Cozy Season Toasted Pecan Mocha Latte or Delight. Um, Deep chocolate, smooth espresso, and that toasted pecan flavor that makes your kitchen smell like somebody's grandma is visiting. Another one we have is the Cozy Season Infused Marble Cheesecake Bars. They're creamy, rich, and infused with just a hint of the coffee, of the Cozy Season blend coffee, soft marbling, buttery crust, and a flavor that says, "I'm grown, baby, I deserve this." Perfect for mornings, brunch, or a cozy evening treat with a nice cup of coffee. Okay? And then the meatballs. Baby, look, Thanksgiving is almost here. And I am making a pan of these meatballs. You hear what I'm saying? A savory, tender dish where the coffee adds richness and depth. Okay? Perfect over potatoes, mashed potatoes, rice, pasta, um, or stick a toothpick in it as a cozy season party appetizer, on the table right before the food is finished for Thanksgiving, okay? These four recipes, they are warmth, joy, and comfort wrapped in flavor, okay? And they elevate any fall tradition instantly. Go download them. All four recipe cards, gorgeous, printable, and Thanksgiving ready, are available for free, like I said, on the website at cf-clubfortified.com, and just enter your name and email, and boom, woo, deliciousness is delivered. Okay, baby, let's talk about gratitude. Okay, look, not the social media kind, where people post long essays with dramatic lighting and inspirational quotes. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real, raw, personal gratitude. I'm talking about the kind that nourishes your spirit and clears your mind, honey. Why gratitude matters? Let's talk about that. Look, gratitude shifts your perspective, okay? It turns I have nothing into I actually have more than I realized, okay? It turns stress into clarity, and it turns ordinary moments into anchors you can hold on to when life feels heavy, okay? And guess what? All you have to do is start small. The 3-item rule, baby. Look, every day, write down just 3 things you're grateful for this month. Keep it simple, not grand, not forced. Stuff like, look, I'm grateful I woke up without rushing. I'm grateful for that warm cup of coffee that hugged my spirit, baby. I'm grateful for the person I'm becoming, the person that I am. I'm grateful for the person that I was yesterday, because guess what? Yesterday taught me a lesson that today could not. But guess what? Today will show me that lesson that I need for my future self. So thank you for the past, the present, and the future. You hear what I'm saying? Small gratitude is still holy gratitude. You hear what I'm saying? And be specific about it. That's where the magic is. That's where the blessing is. You hear what I'm saying? Instead of, I'm grateful for my family, try, I'm grateful my sister called me today just to check on me. Huh? I'm in her thoughts, in her prayers. Okay? Look, specific gratitude makes your heart pay attention. Okay? That's why you got to track your pattern. Yeah, I said what I said. Look, at the end of the week, read over your list, right? And you'll start to notice some things. You'll start to notice what consistently brings you joy, right? You know, what actually drains you. Let me tell you something, because you got to pay attention to that. It's some things that you do on a consistent basis that's actually draining you, but you're not paying attention to it because you've actually normalized it. And why I'm sitting up here saying you, I'm gonna say we because the pot can't call the kettle black, baby. I'm telling, this is what I'm saying, y'all. You got to track those patterns because sometimes we normalize hurting ourselves. We normalize being in that rat race when we don't really have to be in it. You know what I'm saying? You'll actually start to also notice what you want more of, what you don't want more of. I said what I said, and what you need to let go. Huh? Think about it. Gratitude actually reveals your emotional map, right? And we got to use gratitude to reframe hard days. Look, I'm not saying gratitude fixes everything, right? But it softens things. Even on the tough days, gratitude reminds us that, we've survived the worst. We've made progress and we're still becoming someone worthy and whole. Okay? Now, look, I'm not going to say all you have to do, but one of the steps that you need to take is to create a monthly gratitude ritual. You know, Even if you got a lot of candle, baby, and play some soft music, sit with your journal, write a letter to yourself. What did you learn this month? What surprised you? Look, what are you proud of, huh? What are you not proud of? What do you release before the holidays arrive? Hmm? What is it? Put it in your journal, baby. Talk about it to yourself. Baby, that letter will tell you the truth. Do you hear me? Hmm. Baby, put it in that journal. Gratitude is everything. Do you hear me? My goodness, as we close this cozy November episode, breathe with me. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Look, this month is a gentle invitation to slow down, to soften, to savor, to reconnect with what matters. Look, traditions root us, right? Balance protect us. And guess what? Gratitude, it transforms us. And cozy recipes? Well, look, those just make the journey delicious. Look, may this November be your season of reflection, your season of clarity, your season of warmth, and your season of choosing yourself on purpose. I love y'all. Stay warm, stay grounded, and stay grateful, okay? This is Miss Kiki signing off. Until next time, next month is my birthday, y'all. That will be the birthday show. May God bless you all and happy Thanksgiving.
Another great show for the record books. Thanks for listening. Discover the perfect blend of flavor and conversation. Download our drink recipe of the month, featuring a creative twist on coffee, and elevate your mornings with our premium coffee of the month, crafted for true coffee lovers at clubfortified.com. Don't forget to tune in every third Sunday of each month for the Cafe Commentary Show, where Ms. Kiki shares her thought-provoking perspectives on trending topics. Sip, savor, and connect at Club Fortified, your ultimate destination for coffee and conversation and life hacks to help you elevate and rise.